Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Erlengrat. It's been a hot minute, so sorry about that. I've been a little bit kind of hectic with getting everything ready for kids back to school and whatnot, but now they're back, and hopefully I can really get a good routine established and start doing this on a real regular basis and get a good routine set down. I have done some updating and changes. By and large, there actually hasn't been that much for changes. Um, they're loading up on glue because of some of my changes, which I'll go ahead and start with those now. All right. So up over here, a while ago, I had bought this chunk of land and put the larger BGA here. Well, I added into it. Now I got the ethanol and diesel plant in. As a part of that, I also have the modern cow feed plant or whatever put in place so I can turn cornmeal and canola meal into TMR. So that leads me up to the rest of the land that I'd purchased earlier, and I had spent a lot of time and even more money, like basically terraforming it, smoothing everything out, kind of flattening it, making it as farmable as possible. And I divided it into two pretty good sized fields. So on this one up here, which I just now noticed, I missed the spot, but oh well. I'll have to figure out what went on there later. I got corn growing up here, and down here I got soybeans. So the soybeans I can turn into diesel, which I can eat, put in my tank and use this to reduce my fuel costs. And the corn I can turn into gasoline and use the cornmeal to make TMR. And then the soybean meal I could just, I guess, sell. Um, but I have been thinking about possibly just, instead of making this into diesel fuel right now, just saying screw it and just take it all, and if I can, hit it with my forage harvester, turn it all into chaff, and use that to make silage. Because I'm going to be needing a lot of silage. This over here, the field used to stop right about here, like literally right there. Well, I bought this piece here, and well, I extended the field all the way up here. This is all oat. Did that with the intent, well, it's over to here. So I got grass there. Was going to mow that and work with it, but then I realized I could use that as area to plant trees in. So there's actually trees planted all through there. So right now I could still mow that easily enough because, the saplings. But it's a pretty steep chunk of land, so I'm not going to even bother. And I got trees all the way down. But I did that with basically the thought and the anticipation of using the oat in the cookie factory over here. to produce cookies, and also to take some split between to split the oat between between cookies and making flour. But when I was looking at the prices that I'm getting for cookies, I don't know that it almost sells for too much. They sell for too much. Where to me it feels like an exploit. The sale price. I mean, the the assorted cookies sell for like 40 grand per 1,000 liters. That that feels like too much. Oh, almost missed one. But then I had previously had down here things for working great. Making uh, uh, processing grapes to get grape husks and seeds, and then processing like the grape seeds into grape oil, and then over here could had the spinnery to turn the grape husks into grape leatherette, and then turn the grape leatherette into shoes and belts. And well, the initial decision on changing that around was I didn't like dealing with the leather products. It's all manual load, and uh, I didn't really care for doing it. I just didn't. And now that I've been dealing with actually doing grape farming, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of grapes. I'm just I'm just not. So uh, I'm a little bit on the fence on what to do with that. Still thinking on how to handle those. But anyway, I put in here a pallet and barrel production and paper and cardboard production, because with those I can make pallets and barrels, and uh, still got a stretch there that didn't want to plant. They make pallets, barrels, paper, and cardboard, because there is another sugar factory that I'm going to put in over here to replace this one. Or I might find some other place to put it, because that's I don't know if that'll fit here. I might just put this here to replace this, and stick this. I don't know. Find somewhere else to stick this. I don't know where exactly I'm going to put this one, but anyway. So this new sugar factory requires it takes in sugar cane, beet, the sugar beet, and cut sugar beet, water, pallets, paper, cardboard, and you can get out of it brown sugar, and it also produces molasses and a few other things that you can toy around with. And you can take the brown sugar and sugar to the sugar production, and you get sugar cubes. Then you can take the molasses over to the pallet clench here, And you can mix it with water and straw or wood chips or hay, and you can make different types of pellets. You take that over to the heating plant to make ash, heat, and electricity. Same thing with the manure pellet. You can take manure or separated liquid manure, which you can get with the hoses, that whatever DLC, which I actually don't have. But yeah, separated liquid manure, I guess. You can make manure pellets out of them over the heating plant, make the same thing. Also, could use hay and yeah, whatnot. So you can use that to just generate heat, electricity, ash, which you can sell for profit. So you can take the molasses over to here, or you can actually just buy the molasses from at the silo. But then you make electricity. So you got a whole like chain there. So that's kind of what I was going for with that. Problem I and it also the plant also burns bark mulch, and also to make the pallets you need beams, not wood beams, beams. So it was made in the from the mod, not the DLC. So you need this sawmill. So it was all so everything all of that was made. All those mods were made from Zadelzak, and I was looking at numbers, and I don't know. It seems because yeah, I was looking at the cycles per month to get 576, which just comparing that to the uh, uh, sawmill that was on this map, which is up here somewhere. Here we go. 2400. Okay, yeah, it's a lot less. But then come down to the recipe, you got 3 lumber to 4 planks. Come down to Zadelzak's sawmill, and just go to the planks. 3,000 lumber to 4,000 planks. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some looking on that in comparison, just how big a difference that makes. But that I don't know, to me that seems like a big difference, especially when I'm just flipping like this and looking at the planks. I mean, it's over 1,000. Yeah, it's closing on 12. Yeah, over 1,200 already. I come up to this one. It's got to be getting close to the end of an hour, but hopefully I can. Uh, yeah, 12. So yeah, its production is much higher, and then yeah, everything just seems a little exploity. Yeah, look at the quantities that thing is holding. Look at wood chips. That's like what, 1 billion wood chips. So I don't know. Just they got such really big numbers on everything. I'm not sure. You know, I just yes, but I got it burning hay. Uh, So I don't know. It might be the sort of thing that I just I may not end up using. I don't know. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on that. Maybe do some testing on it. I like the idea of like a connected actual chain where one thing leads to the next, leads to the next, and it's all interconnected. I like that idea, but I don't like how just I don't know. It just feels exploity with such big numbers, especially considering the fact that also the it does the paper and cardboard one does require glue, which you have to buy. But also included in that is let's see if I still got it. I may have gotten rid of it because again it seemed exploity. But there was a stationary wood chipper. Again, it had that same feel. It had just large quantities. It ran really fast, but it took regular just wood and made wood chips. I might just put that back in. I don't know. Everything. It's. I don't know. Because part of the problem was I was like clearing out trees and clearing out trees and clearing out trees, and everything that would hold lumber was going empty. So, other little changes I've made. Still got this all here is where I'm growing cotton. Might have to do some changing and modifying. I got this field and this field. I'm growing sugar beet just to make sure I got enough. And then this here we go, which was poplar, is now where I'm growing sugar. I might actually, depending on how much I get off of it, I might move the grass up some. I don't know. Depends on what I get off of it. Still got poplar here. Got wheat and barley over here. I got cow pasture because they did fix it so that the manure pit actually works correctly. Increase the capacity so it can hold 500 cows. I currently have 250 in here. 125 Holstein, 125 Swiss. Um, got sheep. Can't remember numbers on that off the top of my head. Here is the uh, modern animal food for cows. It produces TMR with hay, straw, silage, and then wait the meal from the fuel plant. And right next to it, I got a sell point for animal feed. Kind of got this pretty well landscaped, looking all nice. And then just right here, I just got a little covered area for some silage additive for my tools. Here's something I set up just because, you know what? it makes planting trees faster. So you got the yeah, you got that, which you let's say hook up two implements. To that I put two or them snuffle truck or whatever, and then I put two tree planters. So then I can do 2 rows of trees at a time. I was trying to figure out a way to put two of these, yeah, so hook two of these up so I could do like 4 rows at a time, but yeah, that didn't quite work. It didn't quite do the trick. And since I can sell fuel here, I just went ahead and added a fuel pump just for the heck of it. Because that does buy fuel, so I'm like, might as well make it look great. So put an onion and a fuel pump just for cosmetics. Um, yeah, I'm debating on buying this chunk just so I got grass, like this whole thing just turned all to grass. I turn this whole thing all to grass. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try to smooth that out some. But yeah, so that's kind of how my farm's shaping up. Once again, my overall goal for this map is to just own everything, and I'm making a pretty good headway. Having to smooth this out so I could actually farm on it, and how much money and time it took to do that was kind of a pain in the ass, but I was able to do it. See, a lot of the problem was cutting down the trees and hauling them over. I'm just thinking I'm gonna just try with the rest of these. I'm gonna do just some experimenting with. I mean, just how steep these sections are. It's like, well, what can I really do with them? With that how steep that is. It's like, I, and all the so yeah. I don't know how much I can actually do because I flattened this out some. Tried to tried to make it more implement friendly. So I think what I'm going to do next time, like I said, it took a lot of money to do this, like a lot. I guess something like 15 million to to landscape this, to get it like that, and and it's still very wavy and whatnot. So I think what I might end up doing is just buy this one and I don't know. I think I'm just gonna basically leave it as is, and just kind of plow the whole the whole chunk that it will let me basically. Yeah, just go around the edge of the property and paint something different, just so I know where the edge of my property is. Just plow everything inside of that and be like, this will be this crop, and just this will be a field. And when I do, then I'll just combine this into one field. So I think that might be what I end up doing. Yeah, just plow it on, just to see how that works out, and see if that works. So I think that's gonna be the goal for after I get some more money saved up. Now hopefully have that ready for the next year's harvest. That might be actually what I do. Just keep doing this with corn and ow. Like what I might do. What I might do. Yeah, I think that this might be what I do. Is by this chunk here, right? So, going the wrong way now. Alright, so come up like this. So I got this. Got this. So I might just buy this one here, right? Clear out these trees. Clear out these trees. Paint all the way around. Yeah, just paint. Actually, it's all inside of a road. Okay, that identifies that pretty good. Yeah, so just clear out the trees somehow. However I decide to do it. Just clear them out. And then just plow the whole section. And yeah, do this section as canola. Soybeans. Or corn. Soybeans. So I got diesel. Diesel, sell the meal. Corn. Or, yeah, got gas. Sell the gas. Make TMR. I got diesel and TMR. And see how that each one works out next year. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll also get an idea of how these mountainous terrains like this would work without doing any real work. Yeah, just I won't even do like any real landscaping on it. Just take out the trees, and the most I'll do is go through with the soften tool, just to kind of smooth it out, get rid of any large bumps and lumps and dips. Just kind of soften it, smooth it out. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So, and then then I'll just start buying chunk after chunk from that. But for right now, I'm just loading up on blue. So yeah, there's my plans for how it's gonna go, and catching up on everything. So I guess until next time, you guys have fun and God bless.